Okay, let's check this game that I won, but it was kind of a swindle. So it is worth to check what happened here and why they swindle this game to a win. So I was white, I'm playing against a Sicilian. Okay, now it's kind of a standard Sicilian. And it is a go into a dragon. Now here play bishop b3, that's e6. Now f3 now is correct. And black goes b5. Well, it's actually not such an uncommon move as I thought. Queen d2 is actually correct. Bishop b7. Now, for some reason, I read in an old book that it's a good idea to sacrifice a knight on b5 in some position in Sicilian, and I just what I did is just so it's not in this position. It's some kind of definitely do something in this position. You just can go castle long, and black can go knight b7. Well, let's try the more principled one. What if black just goes b4? Well, there's nothing wrong in going nb1 or nc2. That is a well, I don't even bother looking. So what? Yes. What are the? Let me check. Let me bear with you for a second and let me check. Okay, I just paused. Okay, I didn't find the symbol, so I just make the right there. This is just worse. Maybe g4. Well, it doesn't still. Well, there is nothing wrong other than castle long, and this position. No reason to think. No reason not. Oh, it's interesting that a3 now is suggested. Well, after I try to be smart, and then the end is well, the swindle worked, but so let's just give a couple of question mark because it's just such a stupid move to make. Knight take b5, a bishop. Okay, 2 pawns for a piece. Now. Now, yes. Now the obvious plan now, after I try this, is just to go to push the pawns on the queen side and try to queen damage. So actually, it's not as bad as it is. It's only like it's just not even a pawn up actually from the because. Probably there is a good plan of of going so just I can castle, play a4, bishop g7, and then I guess it would be a4, it would be and then just go up with the pawn, roll up. Yeah, I think that's it's still obviously better for black, but okay, but this please play. Okay, bishop h6 is actually not good because for somehow I want to, still trying to look smart and blocking the castle of black. Now, of course, it's good that black isn't playing incredibly well. Now here would probably better knight e2 than knight b3 just to allow the pawns to go, but it doesn't really make a difference. I just write down that the engine prefers knight e2. In b6, a4. Yeah, we begin pushing rook g8. It's not the best move. Not, of course, bishop c6 probably is good. Now black wants to simplify, of course, and bishop c6 would have probably. No, but I don't want. What is this? Oh, wait. No, I don't want this. Okay. No, not this. What is first? Okay, and now here. Okay, let's bishop g8. Now, of course, yes. Now why not connect? Connect. Definitely, queen d2 is probably. Okay, but I won't even bother analyze it. Queen d2 is definitely will be here a better move. Because, yes. Queen e7. Now, of course, instead of queen 7, black could just go bishop a6. And force the exchange. Well, this is not going. This is really an ugly game. Maybe I shouldn't be showing you this game. But anyway, that's black in the end goes g5 and makes me creates a lot of problem to black. a5 and queen c7 are played, so it's just oh, I went from better to worse actually. Not even I have no idea what I'm doing here. Knight d2, yes, with the idea, of course, of going. This is idea and trying to make a pawn roll over the queen side. G4. Now that was bad. Well, now I'm interested in this variation. Rook G6. Now what happened after Rook G6? Queen H3. No, not even Knight C5. Well, Knight C5. Well, Knight C5. It seems to be even more annoying for Knight C5, G3, RG6, Queen G3, G4, Queen G2. E6, well, and what happens after that? Okay, let's see. Let's see. 5, G3, G3, G4. Okay, understand that cannot. There is a pressure on this. So just goes there, and then okay, it's obviously G3, 9F3. Oh wait, this after Queen E3 and G4, the best move. Yeah, I guess so. Also, I just expected them to G4, FG4. Okay, that's a very advanced idea, actually. G4, FG4. Knight E6. Okay, planning to go. Yeah, well, probably isn't going. Isn't the advantage isn't more crushing that in actually in the game. So it's just probably not that much worth to investigate this line. So after G4 is still no, B4 isn't that worse. Okay, at the end, of course, now I have G4. Still I don't know if there is many in this position. If after G4 that if there would be anything better for white. G4, Knight F1. Well, and I end. Well, I'll mark it down. I don't really feel like following this variation. Okay, because now that Ginter, G takes F after B4, G takes F3, G takes F3, and check. Now, okay, King D3 is what the engine is suggesting. Well, now it likes better King F1, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. Queen D3. How does black go on now? D5 is obviously a very good move. Not that easy to find. Okay, let's list variant D5. And opening the column for the queen. Okay, of course I cannot. Obviously, c take d5 is bad because the queen because the queen would swoop down here. Yes, what if white takes? Of course, obviously that is this one, and black is white is winning now. The best bet seems to be go here. Now take and queen d6. Now what happens after that? What about king e2? Why can't I? What happened after queen e2? Ah, it obviously cannot be played. Stupid me. That's only queen c2. Bishop take. Of course, now obviously the knight is pinned. Queen c1. Queen b4. And black. Then the white is really in a queen a3, queen a3, rook a3. Well, actually, not, black is also upper material, so it's actually not really, can also simplify it. Yeah. Queen a3, queen a3, rook a3, and white a black queen. Okay, now g3, where are we? That would be a good move if black had found it, which it luckily didn't. Instead, black double the rooks on the g file, which is actually what I was expecting. It's kind of obvious, and still, still a better game. What can white do there? Well, I remember I was pretty stumped here, and I tried to make a move which I didn't. I had a move that kept me somehow in the game. Why I didn't like queen e3? Well, I didn't like queen e3 because of course, because it drops the h2 pawns to what? The bishop d7, queen d7 doesn't actually solve anything. Well, I don't want to. How bad is queen h4? Well, well, after knight f8, queen c2, knight e6. Now that is an interesting maneuver here. Here, and I guess here or here. No, probably no, not this, not this one. After queen here, the white Black at this was actually the suggested move. Knight f8. Yes, knight of go away. Knight f8. Queen king c3. Knight g6 or knight g6 or actually not making difference. And then knight f4. That's where you want to go. Well, I'm not analyzing this, but there's I'm not. Ever. Okay. Oh yes, I have good idea. With idea, mgc, mg4, mgc f4. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm getting better at commenting. Well, would be great if I got better at playing as well, but you can't have everything. No, this an f8 would be. If black knew how to play this, it would be game over. Now f1. Now after rook g5, yes. No, bd7, queen e1. I don't know. Why does he want me to play this? Let's see. Queen e1. Yeah, why dropping the pawn? Why would I want to drop the pawn? When knight f1, the purpose of knight f1 is actually to protect that pawn. So I still prefer but f1. Now this allows some move that I no idea that there was such a move in this position. Knight bishop takes e4. I take, and then what happened? Queen a7. What is this? Now let me see. Let me see it. Queen take, bishop takes, take, and that was it's actually queen a7. Well, now that I see is white be up in material now. So you have to know what you're doing here. Queen a7. Threatening what? Oh, of course, threatening this, which would be mate. Yes, sure, it would be mate. So you just sacrifices that bishop for allowing this. If there is no good defense, really. Come on, can't I just play this? No, I guess no. c5, dc5, dc5. Okay, let's try it. No, not even that. Knight c5. Okay, knight c5. What happened after? D take. Come on. Is this mate? Is this unpreventable mate? A netting net that cannot be escaped? Yeah, I guess so. Well, at least, well, of course, now while the I can't help feel sorry for Black for not seeing this. I certainly didn't. Well, it seems that there are too many threats. Cannot this. Come on. Oh, what happened? This threat, this threat. The king is cannot escape. Yeah, I don't see. I don't actually see any defense for white. So it's true. So after bishop e4, f e4, queen e7. Well, what can do right? White can run. The rook 5 g4. What for? Queen e4, and now this engine nowadays, the things that they see. So this is how it ends. This is how we die. This is how we die. Okay, now of course queen b3 and queen now and white king is so it still doesn't see mate. I don't know how. Well, actually, there seems there is a funny way to stop mate, but I don't even want. I don't even want to play it out because it just involves losing too much material. And okay, so this would be win. In this position, RB2. In this position, F1. Now white as black is looking for the killer move that would be bishop e4. And guess there are other. Well, actually, the one that was expecting here it was rook h5. That was the one I was prepared for. Rook h5, queen e1, rook h3, knight g3. And, well, why? Yeah, of course, that problem. Okay, r5, queen e1, rh3. Now go. The threat is this one, and there's a threat that cannot be parried unless I go with knight g3. Now, still, black would have a huge advantage if black had played that move that I was actually expecting and was prepared to, and would have put me in a great embarrassment. Still, if black doesn't feel like Making the break on e4 isn't completely obvious how it can win. So, but after this, rook b2, knight f1, now rook b2, with obviously this idea, everything changes because after this, black has just dropped the piece. Obviously, I just can take the rook. You see now, net proves again that in chess you can one bad move is enough to lose the game. And after this, the game is probably now it's white that has a crashing advantage, because black has just dropped the rook with no compensation at all. Okay, takes the pawn here. Now there are I don't know if actually there are. Would be interesting if let me see. Now a6 isn't the strongest move for engine, but well, it's actually weaker because knight c5, and then king a2 is played. Now black would go knight e6 and knight f4. Doesn't seem obvious what would be accomplished in Matala. Okay, but let's see that here instead of e6 that this would be better. Not sure why, because it still allows knight c5, e2. And what after this? Ah, okay. Yeah, yes, that's the idea. Okay. Let's just write a comment and say knight f5. That would be the idea. In the end, I do play this game. The game 5. That's king a2. Now bishop e8 loses because now I had the tempo to play an e3. Now after black has a check, b2. I can play, well, I share probably queen e1 is, well, what is f1? Well, it's marginally worse, but it's not really. After queen b6, well, there is knight f5, and then it's over. An advantage of a 20. An advantage of 20, so it's just for entertainment. Let's look how it would the game. Now, let's see, queen king e6, now rook goes here. I've actually analyzed this game, and obviously there is this rook is check, immediate check, and also threatening the queen. So now the only solution will be this, okay. Now if instead of this black goes here, now it's even worse. King take, king take. Well, now it gives mate. I didn't see the mate. I wasn't sure. King take. Yes, I saw that there will be a check here. That what I thought. But what over this one? Of course, I can go this one. Okay, and then it's over again. And if black instead chooses to go this way, there isn't even. Oh, Queen G7. Well, I was actually thinking of something different. Why Queen G7? What? Mate in one. Mate in one? Ah, I hadn't even seen in the game. Funny. What I said I was thinking to do was something like this. Queen G7. Ah, okay, and that will still go Queen G7, but I was planning to do something like this. Now, okay, I hadn't even seen I wanted to do here. Okay, but when instead there was okay, can't believe I didn't see. I hadn't seen. I wasn't see. I hadn't seen the mate in one. So it actually, I hadn't seen that actually could just mate in G7. Okay, now this is, as I said, a game that I won by a swindle, just a swindle of a game. I played some pretty big, weaker variant as I was in a lost position for most of the game. Then my opponent just dropped the rook. I stayed in the game, and sometimes it's just enough to stay in the game to win because just my opponent blundered. And okay, I I got lucky, but sometimes it happens. Most it doesn't.